Hello, all of my Gemini teammates. How are you? This is Maxine Taylor, and I am going to go over our really interesting forecast for May. But before I do, I want to tell you, I have decided to give people what they've been asking for. And that means, yes, I'm offering a May special. Go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. You'll find that I have all the information there on a special price for my birth chart, the two forecasts, and a face-to-face reading. MaxineTaylor.com. See ya. Okay, now let's look at what's going on here. Well, I'm going to start with Mars because it's action, it's energy. Mars and Mercury are both in the 11th house of friends and group activities. And when that occurs, the humanitarian in each of us emerges. It's really quite beautiful. Your friends, our friends, mean the world to us. We can deal with groups of people very well. And Mars is what you fight with and fight for. So there, you could go toe to toe with one friend while you are just on the same team with another. Nevertheless, being a friend to all is very strong in us now. Don't you love it? Okay, Mercury, the blue planet, what you think about and talk about. As we know, Mercury is no longer retrograde. And so many people are saying, I don't believe it because everything is still so discombobulated. That's because when Mercury comes out of retrograde and goes into direct motion, it moves back into the shadow of the retrograde. And it feels like Mercury's retrograde, even though it's not. This is the time, this last shadow, you have a shadow before retro and a shadow after retro. What we want to do is tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. And yes, you can start new projects under the shadow, but things are so busy. And I mean, it's a typical retrograde feeling. So select one challenge at a time and go for it. After the 15th, Mercury's out of the shadow. So the sun, excuse me, Mercury, I know, I can't think without my glasses on. Oh, that's so much better. Mercury, the blue planet, what we think about and talk about. In this case, who we talk to. We talk to our friends. We are involved in groups. Mercury doesn't do things, it thinks them, okay? It communicates. So get in touch with old friends. On the 15th, Mercury moves into our 12th house, and the 12th house is solitude, privacy, the spirit plane. Because remember, we're getting ready for our special day. So Mercury is going to pull into this onto the spiritual level of things. And the 12th house, because it's the subconscious, this does not manifest clearly to us until it moves out of the 12th house. However, there is a great deal going on subconsciously after the 15th. If your dreams get stronger, write them down. Don't forget about them because this can be the dream right here. Okay, so there's Mercury keeping its thoughts to itself. Venus, the pink planet, is love. And there is a love growing inside each Gemini right now. Some of you are very spiritual. You've been on the path and you know that your love nature has been escalating beautifully. What do you love when Venus is in the 12th? Solitude and privacy. That's what the 12th house is talking about. So you will want time with your friends because they come first, and you will want time alone. So Gemini of us, isn't it? All right. So Venus, if there's somebody that you're crazy about, you're not going to bring it to the surface. You're not going to shout it from the rooftops. However, on the 23rd, when Venus moves into our first house, that is when you fall in love with you. You love yourself. This is a time to adorn yourself. This is a time to beautify yourself, get a new hairstyle, maybe change your wardrobe out, because when you love you, the world loves you. And they may not know what it is about you that's so appealing, but whatever it is, they want it too. So just love everyone, send them love and save a whole bunch for you. In other words, when Venus moves into that first house says, I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want, and I'm doing it my way. That's it right there, kids. That's it. But there's more. The sun, the yellow planet, the center of our life, is hidden. It's in a preparatory stage. On the 20th of the month, the sun moves into our first house and shines on us. Your sun shines on you. And so the center of your life becomes you. This is not an ego trip. This is a true awakening to you and doing for you what you would perhaps ordinarily do for others. It's gorgeous. But there's more. Jupiter, the turquoise planet, is in the 12th house also. Jupiter rules the natural 12th house. And so there is a great deal of joy. Jupiter is the greater benefic, joy and abundance. And wherever Jupiter is, it expands. So your need, our need, every Gemini on this planet for solitude and privacy is triggered. And you're going to have a great time all by yourself until the 25th, when Jupiter moves into the first house and you say, I am filled with joy and I feel so good about myself. Yes, you can talk to yourself that way. So, right around that little pivotal point, Venus on the 23rd, the sun on the 20th, and Jupiter on the 25th. That is when we come into our own. And we are filled with joy and love. Jupiter is joy, Venus is love. And Jupiter just brings optimism. Oh, and by the way, Venus and Jupiter bring beauty and money. I'm just saying. Okay, now let's talk about the lunations. We have a new moon on May 8th. It's in 18 of Taurus. That's for those of you who study astrology. On the 8th, this is when the energy starts growing. For 2 days before that, say from the 6th to the 8th, we're whooped. Everybody's whooped. And so you'll want solitude and privacy, maybe more sleep. And on the 8th, the energy starts growing. 2 weeks later, we have the full moon on the 23rd in 3 degrees of Sagittarius. It's in the 7th house of other people. So if you've been concerned about becoming a hermit, don't, because 2 weeks after the new moon, you're you want to be with people. You want to talk to people. And so this full moon balances the entire 12th house. So there. I just love it. So that's our Gemini forecast for May. Please join me next month when once again I take a look at what the stars hold for wonderful us. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and your loved ones. Bye for now.